three words of the day today, all some little bit related anyway, which are empathy, altruism, and philanthropy. Now, they're a little bit different in their origin, of course, but they have their relation in a way that I hope to be able to bring together here. Empathy is derived from N, or M rather, which means basically in, and pathy, which is like feeling. So being in the feeling, right? When we have empathy for somebody, we almost go out of the mind, and just the mind as we know it, the thinking mind, and just feel the emotion of the situation. So we can sort of relate on a very visceral feelings level, right? Altruism, in its origin, it kind of means like the opposite of egoism. So if somebody is egotistical, they're all full of themselves, it's only that's all that matters. If they're altruistic, then they're more than that. They're maybe concerned about this person over here and this person over here and so on. And philanthropy, in its origin, basically means the love of men. And philo means love, and tropy, like, there's other words, I forget one right now, but anyways, that's according to the dictionary I looked up, the love of humanity, you might say, in modern terms. And to be able to love, of course, is to connect, right? Is to, pretty hard to be, in a way, loving if we're just full of our ego all the time, which is just self. It's me, right? So it's a good question, really, in a way, because we think in terms of improving the quality of our life experience. Often the tendency is to think of the ego side, right? If I look at it, if I look deep enough as to why I'm doing this, because I want a better quality of life experience. Well, maybe it's not so hard to understand this if we think in terms of the evolutionary theory, right? Which is that we are the way we are because over time it was better for us to survive and to be able to continue and so on if we are in a certain state, and therefore the genes, the dominant genes that benefited as we went along sort of stayed predominant. And if we think about it, the way we develop is in a tribal state. So if we're to be completely full of ourselves, egotistical all the time, when times are really tough and we have to rely on others, that doesn't serve us very well. But when we can work as a team and fit in somehow and everybody's pulling some weight, then we have to be empathetic towards others. Because if we don't, we get ostracized, and that's dangerous, right? Because now we don't have the help of others. We have to be altruistic, otherwise we're just ego and we're out trying to do it on our own, and we cannot drag this beef or this moose or whatever home. We got to solicit the help of others to do it, or to set up this tent or whatever. We have to work somehow as a team. And philanthropy, once again, well, we have to, if somebody's helped us, we got to chip in and help somebody else. We form these bonds, and these bonds are like love bonds, right? And it becomes like the others in the tribe. We need them, and there's a love connection there, I think. So I would say probably the reason why things like empathy and altruism and philanthropy and so on feel good after the fact is because it's kind of like we're feeling good to be natural, because these things are ingrained into us to a certain extent. They're ingrained into us such that when we act upon them, it feels good. It's kind of like if we're hungry and we eat some good food, then it feels good. Enough's enough, for sure, but it feels good to do it because we've evolved in such a way to need that in order to survive. And I'm guessing that we evolved in such a way that we actually need to be, to a degree, to be healthy, to be wholesome, to be fully balanced in a way. We need to be somewhat empathetic. We need to be somewhat altruistic, and we need to be in somewhat philanthropic, because oh, that was the word, anthropology, the study of humanity, right? So the anthro, I guess. Philanthropic, yeah. I had a couple letters missing on the spelling here. So we needed those behaviors in order to survive in a group where we help each other. If we're just all just out for ourselves, then we weren't going to survive individually. And of course, the tribe couldn't survive that if everybody went their own way. All those individuals would probably not survive, whereas together they could, because together they could use things like empathy, altruism, philanthropy in a way to be able to continue. So that's ingrained deeply, psychological level, ingrained deeply within us. So when we behave like that, I would guess, if we are, sane anyway, it feels good. And therefore it actually improves the quality of our life experience to be empathetic, altruistic, and philanthropic once in a while, just like it feels good to have a good meal when we're hungry for it and the body needs it. Just a few comments. I hope they're helpful. Maybe it sheds some light on this. Maybe I'm completely off base, but this is what came to me at this moment. Great chatting again. Talk again soon. Bye for now.